Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the murder room.
Hello, Venus.
Edgar, I told you not to wait up for me.
9 o'clock in the evening is hardly a long vigil. Was there some reason you thought I might have gotten there early?
Well, you were having a cup of cocoa when I left. You usually drop right off after that.
I didn't drink the cocoa.
You always drink your cocoa.
Tonight, I decided not to.
I see. Was there any particular reason?
For what?
Not drinking your cocoa?
I suppose I should say there were.
Are you saying so?
You if I did.
Say it and see.
All right then, I did.
Did what?
Did say.
No, you didn't.
Are you sure?
Quite sure. Did what?
There was.
Was what?
A particular reason why I did not drink my cocoa.
No, that.
Yes, that.
Edgar, darling, if you didn't drink the cocoa, what did you do with it?
Gave it to the cat.
What cat? My cat?
I say, I didn't think that that was your cat now, was it?
Yes, of course it. What do you mean was?
I simply meant it was your cat to whom I gave the cocoa to, and it was.
Oh, where's the cat now?
Why not? Certainly, it went out.
Out? Out where?
I went that very same thing. It seemed to try to upset after drinking the cocoa. Scratched through the door to be let out, so I let it.
Oh, and you haven't seen it since, I suppose.
As a matter of fact, I have. I followed it.
What? Followed a cat in the dark of night? How?
By the headlamp
What headlamp?
of your bicycle.
You rode my bicycle? But Edgar, that's a lady's model. What will people think?
No one saw me. Cat seldom uses the main roads.
But how should you do such a thing? A man of your age and social position, riding a lady's bicycle down alleys and over lawns
It
and...
had to be that the cat would have said. It was feeling unwell, probably time to someone I knew, possibly to its mistress. I had an instinctive notion that whatever you were, it would find you.
What do you mean, whatever I were? I told you where I was going tonight. There was a fundraising meeting at the church.
Did you enjoy the meeting?
Well, I suppose so. I mean, as much as anyone can enjoy one of those tiresome.
Who was there?
Edgar, really now? I will not be questioned in this manner. One would think that you were a barrister and that I was a hostile witness. Now, if you excuse me, I'm very tired and I'm going to bed. Good night.
Mavis?
Yes?
Not 2 minutes after you left, the Reverend Smithers rang me up.
Oh?
He was sorry to tell me that the meeting had been cancelled.
Oh, yes, I was going to tell you all about that. I was so upset about the cat. I mean, that it points with my mind is all.
I see.
Don't take that superior tone with me. What is this fox and hounds game you've been playing at since I got back here? What are you accusing me of?
Do you know where I finally lost track of the cat? Sudbury Lane!
Sudbury Lane? How strange. Why in the world would the cat go to Sudbury Lane?
Am I trying to find you?
How preposterous.
You know any of Sudbury Lane tonight?
Well, I may have been. I mean, after all, it is between here and the church. I may have driven on it. I'm sure I don't remember.
Then you don't remember parking the car there.
Oh, yes. And now I remember. I did park for a while. I just didn't realize it was on Sudbury Lane. I had a beastly headache, and I thought a short stroll in the open air would help.
But you weren't in the open air, my dear. You were in the second floor flat of the building in front of which you're parked.
Oh, yes. Now I remember.
Remember what?
Oh, yes. I had a packet of headache powders with me, but I needed a glass of water to take them with, and so I saw the light on in the flat, and I ran up the stairs and asked the nice little old lady who lived there for a glass of water to take them with.
Little old lady in the second floor flat on Sudbury Lane?
Well, why shouldn't there be a little old lady in the second floor flat of Sudbury Lane?
Because there was a man's name in the building in the downstairs hall.
A man's name?
Half the building.
Oh, yes. Now I can remember. The little old lady had recently moved in and hadn't had a chance to put her own name on the bill push, that's all.
How could you possibly know that?
Well, because she told me while I took the headache powders. She was very talkative.
I see.
Don't say I see. That's the very tone. I asked for a glass of water. She gave me some, and while I took the headache powders, she told me she hadn't had a chance to put her own name on the bill push.
Then why did I hear a man's voice when I listened to the door?
You listened?
The door.
Well, that was a swinish thing to do. I never knew you were so suspicious.
I wasn't being suspicious. I was merely being curious, and I did hear a man's voice in the flat.
That was the radio you sing for. Little ladies often keep the radio on day and night for companionship.
And then I heard a sharp knee walk.
That was the little lady's knee. She has terrible arthritis. It walks all the time, she says.
I only heard it.
She'll be flaxy once.
And I heard you laughing.
Well, naturally, she looked quite silly when she popped her knee.
And the rumba music.
She'd put in the recording. She does the Roomba exercises simply. Some sort of therapy.
Then why did he pop again?
Well, because the therapy was working, of course.
I distinctly heard her say, darling.
Well, she was a darling little lady. Well, the Roomba is ludicrous.
And I cleaned her glasses.
I finished with my water.
And he gave a whoop clean.
Edgar! I never whoop. That was the lady's schnauzer. I tore on the poor creature's tail, that's all.
I see. Darling, is this true?
Well, of course it is. Why? What did you think was the truth?
And I hardly dare tell you. I'm so overcome with remorse to have ever for a moment doubted you.
Oh, not at all, darling. Anyone could have imagined things under the circumstances.
Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, but of course I can. I'm so sorry to upset you. What a terrible evening you must have spent.
I've been an utter fool.
Oh, there.
But I have.
No. Yes.
I don't deserve you.
Now.
Oh. I should have to telephone my solicitor once.
So Charles Bromley, whatever for?
Well, when I came home, I was so upset, so seething with rage for the supposed things I had only imagined to have done that I...
Edgar, what are you trying to tell me?
Oh, my darling, I've done a dreadful thing.
What?
I telephoned Sir Charles and told him I intended to change the terms of my will.
You did what?
No, no, I didn't. In fact, I told him no more than just that. I never said a word engaged to. I never indicated even the slightest the alteration request. I merely said it was to change it. I gave no specifics.
Well, I must admit that is a relief. I should hate for Sir Charles to ever imagine that I would. But that is to hear that you thought that I would.
I disabuse him of the notion before he begins to insist. Cat. Forgot. He was just going out when I rang him up. He will be on for hours.
Oh, don't worry, darling. I'm sure tomorrow morning will be soon enough. Now, why don't you finish your drink and we'll go to bed?
Yes. Darling?
Yes?
You say you drove to the church and found out that there was be no reading after all. And you started driving home. You had this headache? the car on Sunday. Went up to the second floor flat, borrowed a glass of water, took the headache powders, came down, and came straight away home.
Exactly. What I did precisely.
Well, in that case, there's something about your story that's decidedly odd.
Odd? Odd? Well, what's so bloody odd about it?
I know we shouldn't use that sort of language.
I will use whatever bleeding language I bloody well want. Now get to the point.
Just occurs to me that it seems strange that the car is facing toward the church and not away from it.
What? What are you getting at?
Just merely wondering why is it that the car was facing toward the church and not away from it? This looks like you never went to the church at all.
Nonsense. Don't be ridiculous. I simply got two events mixed up in my mind. Events in the wrong order. Headache first, and then the church. That's all.
Did you speak to the Reverend Smithers?
No, I spoke to no one. When I saw that the church was dark, I naturally assumed that the meeting had been cancelled and I came straight home.
Strange.
What is so bloody strange about it?
It's just that the church wasn't dark. They were having a big evening prayer service. That's the reason the meeting had been canceled. So Smithers said.
It's a lie! Who are you going to believe? Your own wife or that sniveling minister?
I suppose I could mistake this meeting. Shall I ring them up and ask?
Don't! You touch that phone.
Yes.
I suppose you're wondering why I'm pointing it at you.
Yes, of course, but I was wondering even more just where you got it.
I've had it all along. You simply didn't notice.
A pistol that size? Now that I find out of it.
You never notice anything!
Yes, you wouldn't.
Oh, wouldn't
No,
I?
you wouldn't.
Oh, would?
Wouldn't.
Would?
No, oh, dash your own, have it your own way, but why?
You blasted fool. You mean to tell me you really don't know?
I mean to tell you, I do tell you. I don't know why you'd shoot me.
Are you blind or just incredibly stupid?
Well, those are my only choices. That's hardly sporting of you.
All right, Martin, I'll tell you. I suppose I owe you that much. I hate you. I've always hated you. Every moment of our wedded life has been a nightmare for me. I can't bear your arms about me, your lips upon mine, the touch of your hand. Every moment of our life has been the worst experience of my entire lifetime. And I won't put up with it, no further than minute. That I'm not married for you.
But darling, we were only married this morning.
I don't care. It's already too much.
Wait! Just a single moment.
Well, what is it?
May I finish my drink?
Very well.
Ha!
What in blazes was that all about?
Well, I was trying to throw the drink into your face so that you could not be cold before you recovered from the surprise.
Edgar, you dunce. That trick only works when there's a party standing beside you.
Hat! Why do you have it go?
Edgar, really now?
I tried to try.
No, I suppose not.
Then I suppose there's nothing for it then. Cheero!
Cheero,
Ah!
you're not dead.
Oh, no. It's only a flesh wound. Not like blazes.
Oh, blast. It's not much of a shot. I don't know where this more where that came from.
Perhaps if you stood a wee bit closer. Let's go.
Edgar? Oh, what have I done? What have I done? I must be out of my mind. Whatever will I do? Oh. Hello? So? And I what? No, I'm sorry. I don't think there's any way I could get the police to believe it was suicide. Well, unfortunately, in my enthusiasm for the project, I shot him 3 times. Yes, 3. Because the first 2 merely wounded him, that's why. Well, of course I had to do it. He knew all about us. He was there, I tell you, at your flat on Sunday Lane. Yes! Oh, not at all, I don't mention it. But the thing is, what am I to do now? Oh, I couldn't possibly. There's not enough room in the boot of the runabout even if I could drag him all the way to the driveway in the first place. Yes, well, do stop by and we'll figure something out. Right, see you then, darling. Ta-ta. Oh, Edgar, why did you make me do it? Why? Why?
She wouldn't know me by name, but she is expecting me. My card.
Oh, it's Inspector Crandall. Yes, she is expecting you. She's been ever so upset with the man who home last night. Please have a chair and I'll tell her you're here. Can I get you anything? A cup of tea?
Nothing. Thank you, Miss.
Malloy, not him alone. And it's Mrs.
Forgot that.
I've been the Hollister's housekeeper for over 30 years.
Then perhaps you can tell me. Is it usual for Mr. Hollister to absent himself from home without warning?
Oh, no, sir. Never, sir. He was never one to give worry to folks. If he wasn't going to return home, he would say so. Oh, I really hope he hasn't had an accident.
Just where was he going last night?
I'm sure I have no idea, sir. He never said a word to me. He didn't. He was still home when I went to bed.
Ah, then you live on the premises, Martin.
Yes, sir. I have a bedroom just off the kitchen in the back.
And you didn't hear him go out?
Oh, no, sir. Or hear Mrs. Hollister come in either.
Mrs. Hollister was out last night.
Yes, sir. I thought you knew.
No, I didn't. Of course, she may have said so when she rang up the station, and it simply got left out of her book.
Oh, yes, sir. That's probably what happened.
Is that Mrs. Hollister?
Oh, no, that is not the one who rang up the police. That is the first Mrs. Hollister. Master Edgar brought her here to buy the cottage as a bride 24 years ago. Oh, she died, poor soul, nearly 5 years ago, just after Miss Susan went off to America.
Miss Susan?
Master Edgar's only child.
A daughter, I presume. Why did she go to America?
You see, her mother, that is the first Mrs. Hollister, was an American. And she wanted Miss Susan to attend the same university where she had gone before she married Master Edgar. Miss Susan only just graduated last month. A terrible shame her dear mother wasn't here to see it. Of course, if she weren't here, she wouldn't see it, since it happened over there.
Yes. She said last month, and she isn't home yet.
No, but I suppose she's expected fairly shortly, sir.
Why do you suppose that, Marty?
Because I heard them arguing about it at afternoon tea yesterday.
Arguing?
Well, perhaps that's putting it a bit strongly, sir. Let's just say they were having a difference of opinion.
About what?
About Miss Susan living here when she returned to England. Miss Templeton, oh, excuse me, I'm still not used to her being married to the master. Mrs. Hollister was quite put out when she heard that Master Edgar intended to have his only child by his first wife under their roof. If you ask me, sir.
Ask you what, Marty?
Excuse me, sir, but I think I hear the missus coming now.
Mrs. Hollister.
Yes?
I'm Inspector Crandall of the Harrogate Police.
Inspector? I thought they'd simply send out a constable.
They would ordinarily, but you see, your husband is rather an important man.
Or was. Naughty. It's just not like course, it may not be a joke.
Of course it isn't.
Can't you say he is a terrible tease?
Oh, yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Is!
Is it?
Really, Mrs. Malloy?
Come, which is it? Was he a tease or not?
He was.
Why did you say was?
Why did you say was?
I did.
Did so.
Did.
Mrs. Malloy, please!
But it wasn't a tease.
Was it?
Is it?
You said was it?
Did!
Come now, which is it?
To me, which was it?
Which was what?
What? When? Earlier.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Do so like to keep matters clear, don't you?
Quite.
Will there be anything else, Mrs. Halster?
No, Mrs. Malloy, you may go.
Excuse me, but I have a few questions for Mrs. Malloy.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's all right. Not you. Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Do go on, Inspector.
Now, let me see. Where were we?
Well,
A moment ago.
but I was coming down the stairs and you were...
Not physically. Conversationally.
I'm not sure. Why don't we start over?
Splendid idea.
Yes, indeed.
Inspector, why don't you start?
Mrs. Malloy, I will give the orders around here if you don't mind. Inspector, why don't we start?
Thank you. Now, Mrs. Hollister, when did you first notice your husband was missing?
Just before I phoned the police.
Ah, and when precisely was that?
Just after I noticed Edgar was missing.
Ah, yes, that agrees with the police report precisely.
Well, after all, Inspector, I have nothing to hide.
Lottie,
Inspector!
you say you did not hear your master go out?
No, sir, I did not.
But that doesn't mean he didn't go out.
No, of course it doesn't.
I was just stating the facts, Mrs.
Yes, of course you were.
In any case, he must have gone out because he isn't in.
You searched, of course, before ringing up the station.
Oh, yes, everywhere. Upstairs, downstairs, even the cellar.
Why do you say even the cellar, Mrs. Hollister?
Oh, well, there's something terribly frightening about it, that's all. It's all dark, no windows or anything, and cold, damp, and warm fieldstone, and all of those corks floating there like rows of staring eyes.
Corks.
My husband had quite extensive wine storage area in the cellar, a lot of shelves that ran from one wall to the other, right beneath where we're standing.
Might I see the cellar?
If you like, would you mind if Lottie showed you? I don't like it down there.
As you prefer. Lottie?
It's this way, Inspector.
Oh, perhaps it's the master! Can't be. I mean, why should he ring up? Why wouldn't he simply come home? Perhaps he can't come home. Maybe he's had a motor accident. Impossible.
Why do you say that? Hmm?
Well, Edgar didn't have the car. I had the car.
Really? How odd.
What's so odd about that?
If you had the car and your husband is missing, how did he leave?
Yes, how did the master leave? I hadn't thought of that. He could have gone on foot.
A man his age in the night air on foot?
It does seem unlikely, Mrs. Hollister.
Well, Edgar was an unlikely person. Isn't anybody going to answer that? You're closest. Now, really, Mrs. Malloy.
I'll get it. Hello? No, I'm sorry, he doesn't seem to be in. Will anyone else do? Oh, just a visitor here. Would you care to speak with Mrs. Hollister? Oh, really? Why not? Oh, I see. Yes, I see. That's extremely interesting, Sir Charles. And exactly what the terms of the new will.
You will? You will?
No, he didn't. But isn't that a bit odd? I mean, calling you up in the middle of the night and then... Of course, I understand from his wife that he was a bit of a tease, Sir Charles. No. Oh, I see. Yes, thank you awfully. Yes, I realize the solicitor shouldn't reveal intimate details about his client, but don't worry about that, Sir Charles. I am an inspector of police, so everything you blurted out will be held in strictest confidence. Yes, I promise not a word to anyone. Ta-ta.
What did he say?
Well, Sir Charles said your masquerade.
I just said you keep that all in confidence. How can he see Sir Charles's way?
I'd never deceived Sir Charles, Mrs. Hollister, but you see, I can't be certain the caller was Sir Charles. The caller may have been an impostor.
Oh, well, I think that's terribly fortunate of you. The caller believed you when you said you were a policeman.
Of course, I am a policeman.
Oh, this is madness, madness. Never mind her, Inspector. What did Sir Charles say?
Ah, yes. Your master rang him up and said he was going to change his will.
Aha! And in whose favor?
Well, Sir Charles had no idea, so the will stands as is. But Edgar Hollister did have an appointment with Sir Charles this morning, and when he did not keep it, naturally Sir Charles rang up to find out why. By the way, Mrs. Hollister, Sir Charles said your husband is not a bit of a tease.
If that was Sir Charles.
Yes, that's true enough.
And even so, if it were he, isn't it even no more than that? After all, a husband is far more likely to be a tease to his wife than to the family solicitor.
I hate to admit it, but that makes a lot of sense, Inspector.
Yes, Dottie, I'm afraid it does. Well, back to the business at hand. Will you kindly point me the way to the cellar?
Certainly, Inspector. It's this way.
I see you're a bit of a tease yourself, Lottie.
Practice fit polished every moment, I always say.
When did you ever say that? You've never said that a day in your life. That's all you know.
Now, ladies. Ah, we have a caller.
Oh, perhaps it's Master Edgar.
Nonsense.
Why do you say nonsense, Mrs. Hollister?
Edgar had a latchkey. There'd be no reason for him to ring the bell.
I hate to admit it, but that makes a lot of sense, Inspector.
Didn't you just say that?
It's a handy phrase. Can't I use it more than once?
Oh, who can that be? Who can it be?
Let's find out. Constable Howard, isn't it?
Yes, Inspector. Able Howard of the Attica Constabulary. That's where I pointed out.
Dash it all. Didn't anyone tell you that I was handling this investigation?
Yes, Inspector. They said that you were here on a routine missing person case.
My husband is not a routine missing person.
Begging your pardon, I'm not stopping with the expression.
Never mind that, Constable. The point is, I'm here, so you needn't be.
Oh, but that's what you want me to say.
What?
Inspector, please.
Wrong.
What?
Well, make up your mind, young man.
Yes, Constable, explain yourself.
It's very simple, really. You were here for a party that was lost, and I'm here for a party that was
Found.
found.
Oh, Edgar.
No, afraid not, Mom. I do believe we have found your missing This is your cat now, ma'am, is it not?
Well, it can't be certain. Cats do tend to look much alike.
Its name and address are clearly posted on its identity tags here. Of course, identity tags can be forged.
Let me just take a look. Oh, yes, that is my cat. What happened to it? Motorcar?
Oh, rather more than that, I'm afraid, ma'am. We have every reason to believe that this cat met its foul fly.
Oh, no!
How so?
Well, a routine inspection of the animal led to the interesting discovery that just before it perished, it had been drinking cocoa.
What's interesting about that?
Yes, lots of cats like cocoa.
The cocoa had been adulterated with a large dose of potassium cyanide.
What?
You mean murder?
That's the way it looks.
Oh, but that's ridiculous.
Constable, are you quite sure?
Oh, yes! Who would want to murder a cat? Oh!
It's a very deep cellar. Even so, Constable, if it were a murder, the removal of a cat hardly seems a capital crime.
Well, yes, sir, but it does seem a bit mysterious on the heels of your husband's disappearance. You can see what I mean.
I'm not sure I follow you, Constable.
For example, when you last saw your husband, had he any plans on drinking any cocoa that you know of?
No, definitely not. Edgar would have said something. He and I have no secrets from one another, you see.
Wait! Cocoa, did you say? Why, when I got home this morning, there was a pan of cocoa still on the stove.
Mrs. Malloy, how dare you say such a thing? You are discharged.
After more than 30 years?
No, right this instant.
Here now, Mrs. Hollister, aren't you being a bit harsh?
I don't care. How do you, Mrs. Malloy? Consider yourself rehired. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Well, there's no use in looking for cyanide in a washed up pan, I guess.
And I'm afraid so. Inspector, if you have nothing further for me, I will be going.
As a matter of fact, I could use a hand.
Yeah.
I had to run over to Sir Charles Rumford's office and check on the request in Edgar Hollister's will.
Must you really? Now, it's not as if Edgar were dead or anything. He's just mysteriously absent.
That's true enough, of course. But still, I'd better know what's what in case he does turn up dead. It'll save a lot of time later on.
Oh, well, whatever you think is best, Inspector.
While I'm gone, Constable, would you be so kind as to investigate the cellar in case Edgar Hollister's lying about the place?
But there is a cellar! Why would he lie about it?
I mean lying about it. I mean lying about it.
Whichever he's doing, I'll just climb along there and find out.
And I'm off to interrogate Sir Charles.
I'm off to the kitchen to see about some luncheon.
I'll be in my room with a beastly headache. Cheero!
Cheero.
Cheero!
Cheerio.
Wouldn't you like some breakfast? Nearly noon! You must be absolutely ravenous. Well, why don't you start on up? I should have it ready by the time you get here. He don't slide back.
Who in the world can that be?
Miss Susan! Oh, heavenly praise! Is it really you? Lottie!
Oh, it's so good to be Very Mrs. Lottie, like you, I told you so much during our delightful voyage over. And there's mother hanging on the wall. Handsome woman, don't you think? People say I tied after her. Maybe she couldn't be here to meet you, but that would be rather difficult since we buried her 5 years ago. My father built this sideboard with his own hands. He was always mucking about with carpentry of some sort. Used to love to make things with all sorts of hidden panels and secret drawers. Right, there's an awful draft in here. Very darling, we've left the front door wide open. Would you be a dear? Thank you.
What'd you say, Eddie?
Lottie,
Lottie.
Miss Susan's father has vanished.
Vanished? How terribly convenient. I was so looking forward to showing you my diploma. I worked so hard to graduate with honours. All my effort hardly seems worth it. What's the point of studying if there's no one around to care?
Darling, I care.
I dare say you do, but that is the function of a fiancé after all, so it scarcely counts.
Oh, Miss Susan, fiancé, did you say?
Yes, Mr. Draper and I became officially engaged 3 miles off Liverpool on the afterdeck of our steamship last night. Oh, Barry was so frightfully romantic, Lottie, I just wish you'd been there to hear.
Probably wouldn't have spoken my piece with a witness there, honey.
Yes, that's true. So perhaps it's well that Lottie wasn't there to hear. But we're deviating from the principal topic. Vanished, you say, Father?
So it would seem, Miss. We certainly have been unable to find him.
Father! Oh, Father! Oh, we've been so terribly worried about you, but now you're here again and all is well, and I simply have to introduce you to my fiancé, Barry Draper, a charming American I met on the boat ride home.
Miss Susan, that is not your father. That is Abraham Howard, a member of the Herrington Constabulary, who's been searching for your father.
Really? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you do bear my father a rather striking resemblance. Forgive me.
No trouble at all. Listen, I've told you been away 5 years.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, I do have such a terrible memory for faces, don't I, Barry? Why, Barry, is something the matter?
Susan, darling, would you mind very much letting go of the constable?
How silly of me. I hope I haven't offended you, Constable.
Not at all, Miss B. Things happen.
I say, how does this Miss Templeton knows where Father is? When he last wrote me, they were getting on splendidly, so the thought occurred to me that perhaps they went off on holiday. Oh, my dear, then you don't know. Oh, of course you don't. You were on the boat when it happened.
When what happened, Letty?
Lottie.
Lottie.
When what happened? Oh, my dear Susan, I hardly know how to begin. Your father's been married. What?
When?
Just 2 days ago, this last Friday morning it was.
The very day he vanished.
The very day. Married that morning. Oh, vanished that night.
With or without the former Miss Templeton?
Out.
Well, then he simply can't be gone on his honeymoon, not without his bride.
Not unless he's the forgetful type.
Forgetful is for our own family.
I don't remember. You only just met this Miss Templeton when he wrote me last. Wasn't this marriage a bit sudden? A bit too sudden if you ask me, miss. I just did ask you.
Get out! What are we in?
Oh, it's just a secret drawer.
Father had them all over the place.
Anyone of you recognize this?
Oh, that looks like Father's own target shooting pistol.
Oh, and recently fired too, unless I miss my guess. I wonder how.
What is it, officer?
Constable.
Constable.
The back of these cartridges here looks like there's just 3 shots fired.
3 shots?
Fire?
Does that strike all as a bit of a peculiar coincidence?
You mean a missing man?
A hidden pistol?
And 3 shots fired from it?
Not really.
I can't say there's nothing to it, of course. Well, I'll just take this down to the stationers and have it dusted for fingerprints.
Well, there's bound to be fingerprints on it. Father practiced all the time.
Darling, I think he means fingerprints beside Paul's.
But nobody ever handled that pistol except the master. Nobody.
But if somebody did, oh, it could mean.
Oh, Barry, hold me, hold me.
Did it all? Somebody did fire his pistol. I wonder why no one heard any shots.
Oh, I heard shots. Last Friday night it was. Just after Miss Templeton. Oh, Mrs. Hallister came home. What? Father brought that woman here to live in our house?
Any reason he shouldn't have this?
Oh, no, I just like to keep my facts straight.
Well, why did you do it? Just why didn't you tell somebody?
I didn't know it was important, is it?
Not necessarily, because we never did a clue. That's all right. Now, how many shots did you hear?
3. Exactly 3. No more, no less.
But how can you be certain it was after Mrs. Hollister returned?
Because the driveway cuts right past my bedroom window before it comes all the way around to the front of the house. Oh, the headlights flash and sky up something fierce.
Can you give us the exact time?
Oh, it's just 6 past noon. I think he means the time this new Mrs. Hollister came home on Friday night. Well, I can tell you that. It was just going on about 9. You must be Susan. You must be Mavis. This is Barry Draper.
I'm Susan's fiance.
Have you met Constable Howard? We've had that pleasure, yes, but I must say I expected an older woman near her father's age. Well, I expected a younger girl, more like those in your photographs, but in any case, Susan, welcome home. Thank you, Mavis. I may call you Mavis, mayn't I? Oh, yes, you simply must. I do think stepmother has such an unpleasant sound to it, don't you? Decidedly so. You know, darling, she's charming. I expected not to like her. What, my darling? Not like me? Don't be ridiculous. Oh!
Maybe you don't mind. I'll just take this down to the lab and have it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, gosh, you know, you touched it.
Why oughtn't I to have?
No, not your fingerprints. They all over it.
don't understand. Why should they?
He's on. In case they have to mess up the shells later on, in case foul play has been done.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Look how don't be Mavis. You couldn't have known. But I say, wouldn't it be funny if there had been foul play and you'd done it, and there'd be no way of knowing your involvement because of touching the pistol just now?
Did you happen to find anything in the cellar?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, I did. I find one thing a bit odd. Certainly don't expect the criminal or anything, but what's a brand new wine rack? What's with this general area over there down the cellar? That goes off the entire area just under the top part of this room. I tried to get a peek behind it, I did, but it's gnawed up tighter than that drum. You happen to know what's behind it now?
No, I'm sure I wouldn't. But perhaps Susie would. After all, she's lived here most of her life.
The front area of the cellar, you say? Nothing to my knowledge. It was always very damp there. The walls seeped much water after a heavy rain, so Father sealed it off years and years ago.
That would seem to explain it, Constable.
Yes, it certainly seems so. Well, I'm off.
Well, now, why don't we all sit down and get to know one another, shan't we? Lottie, would you see some sweet as a lunch, or? Yes, Mrs. Harrister. Now tell me all about yourself. I must say that I should show some concern about those that are about to marry into our family.
Oh, there's not much to tell. I'm just your run-of-the-mill, handsome, young American millionaire who happened to fall head over heels in love one moonlit night with your charming stepdaughter. Despite the fact that I know next to nothing about her family, her background, or anything. But I'll just be plain hornswoggled with that little gal and throw me for a loop the moment she batted those pretty little eyes my way.
Millionaire? Oh, would you get that, Susan?
British folks sure know how to make a Yankee feel welcome. I thought you'd be all kind of cold and reserved.
What a thing to say, Mr. Trentford.
Oh, please call me Barry.
Only if you call me Mavis. Oh, shit. Inspector! Don't tell me you're hard on a Sunday.
Crime knows no calendar, Mrs. Hollister. Ah, but whom have we here?
I'm Susan Hollister, just back from America by steamship, during which voyage I met and became engaged to Barry Draper, the young man on the sofa.
Inspector?
Mr. Draper. Miss Hollister.
But whatever can a police inspector want of us?
Then you don't know about your father.
Oh, that, yes. But I thought the Constable Howard was handling the case.
Hardly. Constable Howard merely came here to return a missing cat.
Are you absolutely sure, Inspector? I mean, just now Constable Howard's off to the lab with a target missile found in a secret drawer. Hardly seems an occurrence in connection with a cat.
Target pistol.
In the sideboard.
A secret drawer.
Same place.
But I'm forgetting my manners. Would you stay for lunch with us, Inspector?
Sorry, but I never eat when I'm on duty.
Then how about a drink?
Oh, all right.
Soda?
That would be kind of you. Now let me see. Where was I?
On duty.
Ah, yes. Mrs. Hollister. Thank you. I saw Sir Charles yesterday afternoon with regard to your husband's telephone call to him the night before.
Sir Charles Rumley, father's solicitor. We say solicitor when we mean lawyer.
Why?
Why not?
In answer to your question, Miss Hollister, yes.
Which question?
When I said Sir Charles, did I mean Sir Charles Rumley?
Don't you know?
I wasn't asking if that's who I meant. I was answering her question about which question she meant.
And did I
Did you what?
mean that question?
I'm sure I don't know.
Oh, well, I assume she did.
Then I probably did.
Did what?
Mean it.
Oh.
Well, that's settled.
Now let me see. Where was I?
At Sir Charles Rumley.
Ah, yes.
And what did Sir Charles say?
Sir Charles said that I think you'd all better sit down.
Oh, what an odd thing for Sir Charles to
I think the inspector said that.
I did say that.
Yes, he did. I heard him.
In any case, let us sit down.
Now then, what's all this about a target pistol?
It was in the sideboard.
In the secret drawer.
And it had been 5
terms of Edgar Hollister's will.
Just a moment, Inspector. What has Edgar Hollister's will got to do with any of this? The target pistol, the 3 shots, the missing cat?
It's my understanding that Edgar Hollister intended to have it altered.
Mavis's cat. Well, he can't have led the target shooting pistol.
I believe the inspector was referring to your father's will.
Exactly. And your father told Sir Charles he wished to draw up a new will with drastically altered terms.
Even so, Inspector, I can't see what importance the terms could be.
They could provide a motive.
A motive for what? For all we know, Edgar Hollister's alive and well.
Yes, that's true enough.
But since you did go to all the trouble, you may as well tell us the term.
Oh yes, please do.
Well, skipping over minor bequests, charities, social organizations, servants,
Minor indeed.
Edgar Hollister leaves his bride, Mavis Templeton Hollister, this house, the car, and an annual income of £100,000. The remainder of his estate, a not inconsiderable fortune in the millions of pounds, goes to his only child, Susan Hollister.
Oh, how darling of Daddy!
Yes, darling. But, Inspector,
Yes, Mrs. Hollister.
if Susan should say, die, or anything, then where would the money go?
Why, in that event, of course, the money would all revert to you.
I see. Of course, it was just a hypothetical question.
Oh, I know that, dear Mavis. And please don't worry about me. I'm very young and terribly healthy, and I'm quite certain that I shan't die for years and years.
Yeehaw!
I'm sure of it, my dear, but just to be sure, I shall watch over you like a mother hen every moment you're living here under my roof.
Your roof?
Oh, just an expression, of course, but after all, if something has happened to Edgar, heaven forbid, this would be my roof that she's under.
Well, I guess that's true enough.
I say, Mavis, do you mean to say that should this house become your own, you would let me continue to live on?
Live on.
Well, live on here as your house guest, I mean.
Oh, yes, of course, Susan. After all, this is your home where you were born and raised, and here you shall live as long as I like. I mean, as long as you like. Why don't I get that? I hate to disturb Lottie while she's preparing lunch. Hello? Oh, yes, he is. Just a moment. Inspector, is that your constable? He wishes to have a word with you.
Thank you. Probably has a report on that pistol. Randall here? What? Are you quite sure? All right, Constable. Thank you. Strangest thing.
Oh, what is it, Inspector? They haven't found anything at ballistics or wherever they were taking that pistol.
Not precisely. He never took the pistol to ballistics.
Well, I'm quite certain that is where he intended to take it.
And he had, but he suddenly discovered there was nothing ballistics could test for him.
But I don't understand.
Well, it's the damnedest thing. I mean, after all, it was a target pistol, so I don't really understand it myself.
Understand what, Inspector?
The pistol was loaded with blank cartridges.
But that's impossible!
Nonetheless, it's true. Guess we can rule out foul play by that pistol. Anyone who would have tried shooting Edgar with that would have a rather healthy victim on their hands when they were through.
I don't understand. I mean, that pistol loaded with blank cartridges. Oh, no.
I must say, I'm rather overcome with relief myself. thought he's acting off.
Oh, well, I thought that might the two of us here, quite alone, it would help us pass the time. Now drink up.
It's so hard to simply sit here, wondering.
Worrying. About what?
Well, about mother, of course.
Oh, yes, of course, I really forgotten.
Oh, Father.
Oh, what I mean is that I'm so swept up in my own personal concern for him and his whereabouts that I quite forgot that you must also be concerned. Now drink up.
Do you know? I was just wondering if Father might not be in the cellar.
The cellar. Oh, what a silly idea. If he were there, we would have found him there.
Oh, but there's a secret room down there. I've only now just remembered it.
Oh, you must be mistaken, my dear. Now, hurry and drink your tea before it gets cold.
But Mavis, didn't Father tell you about it? His various secret drawers and hidden rooms were his particular pride and joy. I should think he would share the secret with the woman he married.
Oh, well, he may have said something rather. I'm so upset that I can't be expected to record everything.
No, of course not, dear Mavis. I quite understand. But still, I do think it might be worth our while to have just a little peep into the murder room.
Where did you say?
Oh, that was Father's little joke. You know how funny he is.
Oh, yes, just a couple of laughs.
He always used to josh about the secret room in the cellar. Said it would be the perfect place to hide a body after a murder because no one would know it was there. So we came to refer to it as the murder room. Are you sure he said nothing to you about it?
Well, now, let me think. I may have said something of the sort. Oh, that one. The one behind the wine rack, you mean?
Yes, that's the one. I thought he might be hiding there, perhaps. You know how he loves pulling one's leg.
Yes, I dare say, but he simply can't be in that room. Constable Howard mentioned quite definitely that the wine rack was solid. It seems to me that the secret drawer had been nailed shut. Yes. It's all coming back to me now. The panel on the wine rack that opened up into the secret room had been nailed firmly shut.
How strange. Do you think we should mention it to the police?
No! I mean, if it had been nailed shut, it could possibly have gone behind it, and do we really want to waste the policeman's time on a false trail?
Yes, that's true, I suppose.
And anyways, if he had accidentally gotten nailed behind there, I'm sure he would have pounded on the back of the wine rack to be let out. Surely he would have suffocated in there. Even if he was perfectly healthy when he was first killed in. Yes, even a perfectly healthy man would suffocate in death.
But Father wouldn't let that happen to him.
Oh, I'm sure there's nothing he could do to prevent it, my dear.
Well, obviously, if he had accidentally been locked in there, he'd simply come popping out the other secret door.
Other secret door? What other secret door? What are you talking about?
At the foot of the secret stairway, of course. Didn't Father tell you?
No, didn't mention it, not a word. I had no idea there was another way out of that room.
Oh, I'm so glad I could cheer you up in this way.
Cheer me up? What are you talking about?
Yes, I can see your mood is much more alive than when we first sat down to tea. So I can only assume it has done wonders for your spirits to know that if Father had accidentally been locked in there, he'd certainly be out by now.
Yes, I'm sure of it, my dear. But, Susan, is that the exit? Where is it?
Let me think. It seems to me that the secret entrance to the exit. Oh, there's the door. Shall I get it?
No, I will. I can't imagine who would be calling us at this time.
Perhaps it's Father.
Do wish you hadn't have said that.
Who is it?
How nice. It's only the police. Good afternoon,
Good
Constable.
afternoon, Mom. Miss.
Good afternoon, Constable. about father. It would make anyone a bit jumpy. Do you know, I thought she might faint when I mentioned it might be father at the door just now.
Why, sweetie, why should you be very anxious now? What's the change?
Oh, I expect it's just all the talk of the secret room.
Sacred ground.
Oh, I promised her that I wouldn't mention it to the police. Oh, no, it's nothing like that. I just didn't want you to waste time on a false trail.
Oh, I see. What makes you so certain it is a false promise?
Well, because if father had accidentally been locked into the room behind the wine rack, he'd simply come popping out the secret stairway.
Really? Beyond our wine rack? Secrets? Oh.
Oh, please don't say anything to Mavis. I promised her I wouldn't bother you with all this.
Yeah, what's nonsense? Some other time, perhaps you might show me what this secret stairway is.
If you like, but I don't see what difference it would
Here
make.
she comes. Not a word. We don't want to upset.
You're so understanding. Hello, Mavis.
What have you two been chatting about?
The weather.
Yes, the weather.
What about the weather?
Nice.
Ever so nice.
It's nice. But you said you had news for us, Constable.
Oh, well, probably means nothing, of course.
Still, I should like to hear it.
Well, it's about your father's disappearance, miss.
Well, naturally, what else could it be?
Well, I don't mean his disappearance specifically, no. I mean the actual act of disappearing itself.
Oh, I'm afraid you haven't yet lost, Constable.
Well, it's like this. In order for a person to disappear, he must be in a place. And then not be in a place. The problem is, if he went off, how did he go off?
Does it really matter so much?
Well, probably not, but it does give us some food for thought now, you see what I mean.
I'm not sure I do.
All right. Not say he's vanished.
He has vanished.
Yes, now what I wish to present this as an hypothesis.
Oh, very well.
All right, if he's vanished, how did he go about vanishing? There was only the one car here and you were driving that, right?
Yes.
There were no trains out of there that night, and none of the cat companies has any record of anyone answering to your husband's description. There's no record of any cars coming by here before your own did that night.
Are you quite certain of that?
That's what Lottie assures me of this. Seems she's a very light sleeper, and headlights of any cars approaching the house so wide.
The car could have come when it was still light out. It was July after all, and the sun only sets before 8 o'clock or so.
Yes, but in our case, Lottie wouldn't have been to bed at all yet, don't you see?
He could have walked without anyone seeing him. I think not, dear Mavis. Father is a rather well-known personage hereabouts.
Yes.
Someone would have remembered.
As a matter of fact, somebody did remember seeing this.
See there, what did I tell you?
But he wasn't walking.
What was he doing?
He was riding on a lady's bicycle after dark.
On a lady's bicycle? Whatever for?
Yeah, maybe not certain of this, but it seems to be that the reports of 3 independent witnesses, he was following a cat.
Oh, sir, why on earth would father follow a cat about?
You don't suppose that it was my cat that he was following, do you?
Oh, that's very astute of you, Mom. That's exactly what we did think. Especially after having found that your cat had died of cyanide poisoning.
Mavis's cat poison?
Oh, my dear, I'm afraid all the excitement of your father's disappearance that I'm quite able to tell you.
Oh, that's quite understandable.
Oh, thank you.
Well, at least we knew the means of father's disappearance. With no cat, no train, no car, he went off by bicycle.
Yes, but the only trouble with that, Lily, is that the bicycle was found here out back in the general.
Nonsense! You can't know it was the same bicycle.
The 3 witnesses' descriptions tally.
In every respect.
Here, everyone. Golden handlebars, bright red hand grips, orange feathers, mink fur seat cover, three-tone bell revolving taillights, polka dot jingle, and lemon-colored feathers.
Oh, there must be hundreds like that.
Oh, there could be, Mom.
Oh, I'm sure there are. Yes, I saw you like that this very afternoon. There, you see?
Where was that, miss?
In our garage. Now, we'll see about that tea.
Yes, the tea. Yes. What was I talking about?
I don't recall.
Oh, probably nothing important.
I wonder where Father was going on that lady's bicycle.
Oh, there, right. I noticed he was going on, about some two-story building on Sudbury Line. Everything all right, Mum?
Yes, it's fine. Oh, the chili service store. Oh, what a pity.
There's no trouble at all. It's like to get a couple of time to time.
Oh, it's a terrible mess, I'm afraid. I do hope Molly doesn't mind cleaning it up. But you just do go on, Constable.
Well, friends, all I have here right now, so I'll keep you posted of any other developments, I'm sure.
Dreadfully sorry about your tea, Constable. I hope we may do better the next time that you join us.
No, Susan, it isn't likely the Constable will be joining us again for tea.
Well, he certainly can't hold dropping the silver service against you.
What I mean isn't the natural course of events. The constabulary does not pop into socially horrible, but people in exclusive neighborhoods.
Well, I'm afraid you said I was right this minute. Usual meeting.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. Well, that's what comes of receiving my higher education in America.
Reminds me, yes. What's become of your friend, Mr. Driver?
Oh, Barry? Oh, he went into town to see about getting a room at the hotel. I expect him back any moment.
Oh, so then you're going to be staying on alone here with your stepmother, hmm?
Is there anything wrong with that?
And I'm not alone, not really. Not with Lottie here. Of course, she's not here today.
I see.
Well, Constable, you must be very busy, so we'll just let you be on your way.
Oh, yes. Yes. There's one more other bit of information I wanted to tell you about.
And what is that?
Oh, I should like to hear it regardless.
It's about that witness, the woman who was living over there in the first floor flat over on Sudbury Line. She saw Mr. Austin leave. And he did an odd thing.
He did?
An odd thing?
How odd?
What thing?
He removed the knife from the tenant in the second floor flat from its position near the bell.
He did what?
Remove the knife?
What an odd thing to do.
You don't say.
Constable, I was wondering, did your witness happen to notice what sort of jacket he was wearing at the time?
Oh, yes. Because it was so unusual.
What was unusual about it?
Well, it's got a smoking jacket on it, sort of thing that one wears on trial with a fugitive cat out in the dark.
Certainly doesn't sound like the sort of thing Father would do.
No, that doesn't sound like him at all. Which makes me suspect that either your witness was in error, or it was not Edgar.
The witness is quite certain of it. She saw Mr. Osborne leaving, she saw him getting onto his bicycle, she watched him from the foyer, she could see him quite clearly beneath the street lamp.
And this second floor flat on Sudbury Lane, what have you done about that?
Oh, nothing. What should we do?
Oh, didn't you even ascertain who lived there?
Oh, you should.
No! I mean, obviously it could be no help to you if Edgar was seen leaving the place he obviously hadn't disappeared yet, so whoever lives there could be of no help to your investigation.
Oh, I never thought of that. You're quite right, of course.
Of course I am.
On the other hand, I don't suppose we do any harm to check if the architect is the person that lives in that, just because...
But just in his what?
Because you should have to see where he's going next, don't you say?
But you just as good as said he came straight back here. You did say you found the bicycle in our garage, didn't you?
I go, you're right. I guess I didn't waste time just there and lived there.
Yes, a terrible waste of time. You really mustn't bother. Susan, would you be a dear and see Constable out in his bicycle or car, whatever it is he came in on, like a good little man?
Well, you certainly may, miss. Come, Constable.
Good afternoon, you mum.
Yes, good afternoon. Hello, darling. It's Mavis. Who did you think? That dreadful constable's going to investigate the second floor flat on Sudbury Lane. Yes, your flat. How soon can you move out? Oh, but he mustn't see you there if he should connect the two of us. Oh, whatever will you do? No, I'm sorry, she didn't. But of course I'll question her further. What do you think I am? Oh, and as are you, my dearest darling. Oh, here she comes. I must fly. Ta-ta. Back so soon, my dear.
It was only to the end of the drive.
Yes, of course. How silly of me. I've just been so upset about your father's disappearance. I don't know what I'm saying. Now, you are going to tell me all about where the secret exit from the murder room is.
I was.
Yes, right before the constable came in.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, now I remember. Oh, but do you know, for the life of me, now I cannot remember.
What? You must remember.
Why is it so terribly important?
Tell me where it is, do you hear? I must know. Tell me where it is, or I'll...
There's no. Very darling.
Susan, dearest!
Did you find a room at the hotel in town?
Yeah, what a nice room. Only about a mile away. Such a lovely day, I walked over.
So, but I've interrupted Mavis. Darling, what were you saying?
No, nothing important, Susan. Mr. Draper, so nice to see you again. Do you want me to stay a while?
Didn't Susan tell you?
Tell me what?
Do you know? It completely slipped my mind.
Well, that's my girl.
What has Susan forgotten to tell me?
Mary and I are going to be married.
What? When?
This very afternoon. Isn't it delicious? By Reverend Smithers. Won't that be nice?
The license and the waiting period, the flowers.
Oh, I sprinkled a bit of money around in all the right places. They waived all those requirements. It's all set.
But you get married just like that.
Why not, maybe?
Because...
If you're worried about my inheritance, please don't. Barry spoke to Sir Charles about that, and apparently there's no problem whatsoever. I'm married. Barry will be my heir should I die.
Yeah!
No, it's not that. It's just...
Then what is it, Mrs. Hollister?
Edgar. Oh, surely you wouldn't want to be married without your father here. I think you did. Think of Edgar's feelings. He'd be absolutely heartbroken to miss your wedding.
Dash it all, she's right. What can I have been thinking?
Yes, stupid of us. Of course we'll wait till Susan's father is found.
Oh, good. Good.
But your father isn't found. We certainly can't wait indefinitely.
Oh, naturally not. Just a day or two should be enough time.
Oh, very well. I'll stroll on back to town and tell the Reverend Smithers to hold on.
It should only be for a day or so, darling. I do so want Daddy here.
I understand, sweetheart. Well, I'm off to town. Oh, perhaps that's for me. I told Sir Charles to telephone if he had any problems he hadn't thought of.
Or perhaps Reverend Smithers can have the church ready today after all, so it might also be you.
On the other hand, it won't matter if he can, since we're not to be married this afternoon after all.
Yes, that's true. But still in all, I wonder who could be.
Perhaps I'll answer it and see. Hello? What? Who is this? Who? Oh, no. No.
Wrong number?
No.
Then who is it?
It's Edgar!
Oh, I say, what marvelous luck! Perhaps we
those stairs?
Yes, they are a bit steep, aren't they? Oh, here, let me help. There are smelling salts in the medicine cabinet.
Thanks, I could use some.
Oh, Miss Susan, would you get the door, please? What do you need the door for? Constable, I thought you were interrogating the tenant of that second-floor flat on Sudbury Lane.
As it turns out, yes, I could. Try to, of course, with something unexpected.
You mean came up?
There we go. A warranty sign on the door. Jesus. If they had the mouse, would you not take a chance?
Oh, what a pity.
What do you mean that?
Quite sincerely. But what brings you back here, Constable?
Walks on the side. Got a chance, I might pop back and ask you about that secret starway of yours.
Oh, please do.
Yes, but what about that secret starway of yours?
Oh, it's right over there.
You mean the window seat, miss?
Yes, it opens up, and there's a stairway just underneath it. And at the bottom of the stairway, there's a secret door into the murder Yes, it opens up, and there's a stairway just underneath it.
Is that what you call it?
Called what?
The murderers!
That's what I called it.
Yes, but I was wondering, was this
Well,
why?
I called
You called it that.
the murder room.
Yes.
Because that's what Daddy always called it. He thought it would be a perfectly smashing place to hide a body from detection. If one had a body one did not wish detected, of course.
Yes. It's perfectly comprehensible once you explain it.
What isn't?
Alright, well, let's just have a peek at this window seat of yours. Hey, the nose might be popping up while I'm looking in there, all right?
You mean out of the window seats?
Yes, it's actually to this room.
Why ever not?
I don't have a heart or anything, and it's an absolute proof of God. I won't even start getting one. But there is proof of God, right? I ought not to be nosing about here. You know, I ought to be nosing, but I don't want any proof of God. But until there's proof, can't you see? I can't get the warrant I need to prove this.
How's that again?
Never mind. Let's just have a peek at this window seat. Oh, size it now, shut up, what?
And Daddy made the lid immovable so no one would discover the secret stairway by inadvertence.
What good is it to have an immovable lid on the secret stairway?
If the lid were movable, the stairway wouldn't be secret.
I mean, how did you bother use it?
Oh, now I see what you're getting at. Well, of course, whenever Daddy wanted to use it, you moved the secret switch that undid the lid. It's one of the coat rack prongs.
And which is that secret switch, miss?
I bet you can't say that 3 times fast.
I beg your pardon?
That's one of Barry's jokes.
I don't get it.
Neither do I.
How do I operate the switch?
Oh, okay, let me show you. First, you stand with your back to the wall here, next to the umbrella stand, and then, now let me think. Yes. Your left foot on the umbrella stand, yes, and then you take a hold of this particular coat rack prong, and you give it a slight twist.
Oh, like this. Oh, it's got it. Good show. What happened?
It closed.
What
Well, Daddy, did someone discover the switch mechanism so he made the lid close when no one was manning the switch. I wish I had a brain like Daddy's.
Sure you haven't?
Have it what?
Some other time. Why don't you operate the switch while I have a peep into the window seat?
Oh, all right.
Ha ha ha! Oh, so there's nothing here but the floor of the window sight.
Well, naturally you only see the floor now, Constable, but here, let me show you. Oh, hold on, Constable. Hold on. Dreadfully sorry, Constable. You see, Daddy arranged it so that when the lid is up, a false floor swings into place, hiding a secret stair. When you get in the window seat, when the lid comes down, the floor will open up under you, and well, there you are.
Are you sure there's a secret stairway even in it? That the floor open up and have nothing but a long drop to the cellar?
Constable, I'm sure.
Susan!
Yes, darling?
Did you scream just now?
No, darling, that was Constable Howard.
He's no idea.
Oh, Howard!
Don't answer him.
He's not calling me, he's questioning you.
About what?
What you said to him?
Susan, why don't you answer me?
Well, darling, would you mind repeating the question?
What question?
What question?
I forget.
Susan, who in the world are you talking to?
What makes you think I'm talking, darling?
I can hear your voice for one thing. Susan, would you mind telling me?
Stop him!
Oh, Barry, darling, don't come down now, please.
Why not?
Because I'm pressing. Not really comfortable. What shall I answer?
Don't ask me!
Don't ask me.
I've got to hide!
Where?
The secret stairway.
But it's closed.
We'll open it!
Now what?
Close it, you imbecile!
Darling.
Weren't you just talking to somebody?
Yes, darling.
Who?
You, darling, don't you remember?
I mean somebody down here.
You are down here, darling.
Yes, but I wasn't a moment ago.
And I missed you so. Darling, tell me, you ever had the measles?
Not recently.
But at some time or other?
I seem to recall that I have. Of course, I was just a child at the time.
Good. Then let's pay a little visit to a certain second-floor flat on Sudbury Lane.
Whatever for.
Ask the man with the measles for facts about father. And I won't say that 3 times fast. Are you sure it doesn't answer? Well, yes, I did try dialing it myself, but when I couldn't get a reply, I thought that perhaps you could. But there must be somebody there. All right. Thank you anyway. Can't have gone out. He must be
it can't be what I think it is. It's the house settling. Yes, that's what it is. It's an old house. They always make all sorts of strange noises at night. Yes, yes, that's it. No! I won't listen! I won't! Lucky! Did you call Mrs. Hollister? Lucky, come out here! I need you! No, Mrs. There's nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. Then why aren't you out here? Because, Mrs. I'm under my bed. No! Go back! Stay away! Don't come near me! Hello, darling, is that you at last? What? Reverend Smithers? What in blazes do you want? Bridesmaids? What bridesmaids? Waiting for whom? Oh, damn and blast, didn't they tell you the bloody wedding has been postponed? Till hell freezes over for all I care! Yes, oh, that's what I said. Now will you please ring off? I'm expecting a very important phone call. What happened to the lights? Who's there? No! No! Edgar! Oh, hello, we're home! Daddy! What's happened? Oh, what's happened? Oh!
Brandy! Lockie, where do you keep the brandy?
The sidebar! Oh, this goes against my child!
Now, it's all right. Just had a nasty drop. That's all, eh?
Lottie!
Here we are! That should fix us all just fine.
Wake up, Susan. Please wake up. It's me, Mary. Please wake up, sweetheart.
No. Edgar! What? Where?
Don't try to talk, Mrs. Hollister. You've had a bad fright.
No, but I thought, no, I'm sure
Yes,
I saw.
yes, I know. We all saw him.
What? Saw who? I didn't see anybody.
You can take our word for it. He was Edgar Hollister.
In the flesh.
We hope.
Daddy. I must have been dreaming.
Oh, don't worry, darling. Everything's all right.
Stop taking your risks.
Oh, sorry.
What? Whatever were you doing to me? You was chafing your wrist, Miss Susan. But why?
Wait, it's the thing to do with a person who's fainted. I'm not entirely certain why.
The payment's a wolf. Inspector, may I please have one of those before you finish them all off?
Sorry, here you are. I needed that.
Don't you mean those?
Whatever. But really, it's an awful turn.
Inspector?
Yes, Mr. Draper.
Why?
Why what?
Why did it give you such an awful turn to see Edgar Hollister?
Because. Oh, yes, I see what you mean.
I don't. Larry, what do you mean?
Well, if I walked into a man's home and saw the man of the house standing there, I don't think I would go in sudden shock. In fact, that's just what I did and didn't do.
How's that again?
Did come in, didn't go in shock.
I must apologize. I can tell you why I react that way. You must know, I had already convinced myself that Edgar Hollister was dead. Murdered by person or persons unknown. So naturally, when I saw
that
him...
makes splendid sense. Yes.
Well, I suppose you might affect a person that way.
Might? What of your own fiancée? Didn't she faint too?
That's right, darling. She's right. It was a shock, and I didn't had a suspicion that Daddy had met with Father Gay.
Well, what about Mrs. Hollister? Moaning and pacing and squeezing the house down and then flapping her kind of not making her wet wash. Nonsense! I was simply waiting by the telephone for some word from Susan, and I must have fallen asleep on the floor.
The devil! Oh, somebody still alone. Come on. Hello? Oh, Reverend Smithers, how are you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What woman? She said that to you? Well, yes, it must have been quite a shock.
What'd she say? What woman?
Shh. No, not you, Reverend. What? Well, she's quite right about that. We decided to hold off on the wedding until Susan's father was available for it.
But he is, darling. He is. We just saw him here moments ago.
Miss Susan, I hardly know how to tell you this, but
Do you know it might not have been your father whom you saw?
Yes, we'll surely let you know what we decide. It would be a shame to keep you by the phone all night. Thank you, and give my love to the bridesmaids.
Not my father, Inspector. I certainly know my own father when I see him.
Oh, but the room was dark. You could have been mistaken.
Why would anyone pretend to be Mr. Hollister?
That's just what we don't know. And therefore, until we do, I shall have to take Susan into protective custody.
But we don't know the imposter is dangerous.
Oh, we don't know that he isn't. We don't even know that he's an imposter. And if it is her father, what is she to fear?
Ah, but that's just the point now. Edgar, if you remember, was about to make an alteration in his will, and do any of us know how safe that is for Susan?
Daddy would never harm the hair on my pretty little head. Of course not.
Nonetheless, it's better to be safe than sad.
Sorry.
For what?
Sad. What's sad? The word he said instead of sorry.
Oh, sorry.
That's better.
Then what?
Sorry.
Certainly, I'm going to rather be sorry than sad.
Safe than sad.
Safe than sorry.
Oh, shut up! All of you. I have a beastly headache, and I'm going to bed.
And I shall take Susan into custody.
I suppose if you must, but I say maybe if Daddy does show up, will you please tell me where I am?
Oh, certainly, darling, but where exactly will you be?
The police station, I suppose.
No, too dangerous. That's the first place a maniac would look.
Oh, then where? The local hospital? No, that's the second place a maniac would look. I wonder where the third would be.
How about the church basement?
Oh, the bedroom in the beauty parlor. The projection booth at the cinema. The butcher shop.
The dentist's office.
The candy store. Perhaps he will give tell us what he has in mind.
Thank you. I propose to take Susan to the one place I know where she can be perfectly safe.
And where's that?
My apartment.
What? Say, how dare you?
See here now.
Probably chaperoned, of course.
Oh, good. That's a relief. I should say so.
Why don't you do so?
That's a relief. That's what I say.
That's what you said.
So did I. That makes two of us. What does?
That.
Oh.
But chaperoned by whom?
Why, by Mrs. Hollister, of course.
Oh, I should simply adore that. Where could Susan be safer than with me? But just let me change into something more suitable for chaperone.
And I'll just bring the car around here to the front door.
I suppose I should think of something to eat. This might be a long time to journey.
Oh, there's no need, I'm happy to say. It's not that far at all.
Oh, then you know where the inspector lives.
Yes, we just come from there when one of our amateur attempts to solve this case.
Oh, and where's that? It's a lovely little second floor flat on Sunday.
No thank you, Nettie.
Lottie!
Lost. No, you can call off the bed.
But, sir, I can't go to bed until I have cook for the night.
Oh, of course. Well then, why don't you do so?
Because you're still here.
What? Oh my gracious, you know I completely forgot that I don't live here. Well, I suppose I might as well get back into town and get some sleep. I'm certainly getting nowhere with my amateur detective. It's just that there's something about Inspector Crandall's face tonight. I just can't put my finger on it.
Oh, nobody likes a finger in the face.
No, I mean something I didn't see there.
What? What didn't you see?
Well, that's just it. I completely forgot. Although it struck me quite forcefully at the time.
It's strange, isn't it, sir? And each of us knows there's something strange going on, and yet none of us can explain why we think so.
Yes, that is quite disturbing. But I'll be damned!
Oh!
Darn! That? If I can make heads or tails of it all. Well, maybe if I get some sleep, some sort of solution will present itself. Thank you again, and good night.
Good night, sir. And be careful walking into town this late tonight. No telling what sort of horrible creatures might be lurking in the fog
on the sofa.
Oh, you're comfortable, sir. That sofa's much too short for you. Of course, if you scrunch up a bit.
Well, then it's it. That's just what I'll do. I don't suppose you could lend me a toothbrush.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I never brush my teeth.
Yeah.
I wear dentures.
Really? Remarkable work they do nowadays.
Yes, no one is quite what they seem anymore, what with artificial enhancement. You'd be amazed at how natural looking with that mustache and wig of Mr. Hollister's.
What's that you say? Wig and mustache? What do you mean?
I mean that when he wore them, their embossments was undetectable. You'd have sworn it was his very own hair.
But, oh, damn it, darn it, Dashy. Why would he wear a false wig and mustache?
Solely for Miss Templeton's benefit, I believe.
You mean Mabel's?
Yes, sir. He was afraid she might be a fortune hunter.
Oh, so he wore the false hairpieces to discourage her.
Oh, no, sir, quite the reverse.
I don't follow you, Letty.
Oh, my Lottie!
Sorry.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Where were we?
Well, you were afraid you didn't follow what I said about Mr. Hollister wearing the mustache and wig to encourage Miss Templeton rather than reverse.
Yes. Why would such a get up dressed favorably?
Because they made him seem an older man. And in Mr. Hollister's way of thinking, fortune hunting woman would be drawn to a man who didn't seem to have too many years left.
Yes. I can see why that would appeal to her. But really now, if you thought she was a fortune hunter, why do the very thing like it a winner? Why not simply act his own age and severely disappoint her ambitions?
It was her legs, sir.
Her legs.
Shapely, he called them. Even if the woman were a fortune hunter, he hadn't the heart to let go of those legs.
Let it go.
He always did enjoy pulling people's legs in more ways than one.
Yes. I begin to see it. I find it quite interesting. Do you know what, Dottie? I think you may have just solved the mystery.
Oh, go on with you, sir. What are you talking about? How could I have just said solve the mystery?
Well, she's like this, Lottie.
Letty!
Letty?
Oh, I mean Lottie. You confused me when you got it right the first time. So tell me how I solved the mystery.
Well, you see, we got it all backwards.
Oh, how so, sir?
We've been operating under the assumption that Mabel was madly in love with Edgar. But if what you say is true, she wasn't in love with him at all. Only attracted by his money.
Oh, so she had married him, made him an old man, and learned that he was actually a young man, a man who would live on for years and years.
Exactly.
Oh,
She would do something about it. Oh, I can see it now. There the two of them are on their wedding night. She thinks she's with an elderly gentleman who's more than likely to pop off this mortal coil. Suddenly he whips off his wig and...
no, wait, it couldn't have happened that way.
Why not?
They were together on their wedding night.
What? Why ever not?
She said she was going to a meeting in Reverend Smithers' church.
Fortune hunter, going to church. Wouldn't that strike Edgar's eye?
You know, that's undoubtedly what did happen. Oh, which explains the potassium cyanide in the cocoa. Oh, I should never have washed up the bed. Oh.
What are you talking about? Pan? Cocoa? What are you... I don't follow you.
She wasn't going to church at all. She merely wished to be away while the poison did its work, so she might be suspected of having administered it.
Oh, no, that can't be. Something's not right here. If she put the poison in the cocoa before she left, then she must have already known that Edgar wasn't the old crop he pretended to be. But if they had only been married that long, when had she had time to discover the truth?
Oh, she hadn't. Not on her own, at any rate.
Then you think...
Somebody must have told her. Somebody who knew Mr. Hollister's actual age.
Oh, that could be anybody. He was a well-known person in this area. Susan told me. He must have been acquainted with people by the dozens who knew the truth.
Miss Templeton wasn't. She's not originally from this area, so she would know it well enough to tell her his actual age.
Wait. Oh, it's all come together now. Fortune hunter, marrying what she thought was an old crop, oh, she wouldn't love him at all. But therefore, being a rather hot number herself,
She must have had a boyfriend on the side.
and he must have known Edgar's actual age.
Oh, and that's how she found out and put the poison in the cocoa. Oh!
But wait.
way in which a woman can indulge both simultaneously is...
Making phone calls to her lover. Why not think of that?
Because you don't understand women.
What man does?
Hello, operator. This is Mrs. Malloy, housekeeper at Vinewood Cottage. I was wondering if you could clarify an item on our telephone bill. Well, there's a number I don't recognize. One that has been dialed quite frequently since this last Friday morning.
Yes, that's the number. Can you tell me whose it is?
Oh, what's a pity?
Well, what's the matter?
It's unlisted.
Well, could you at least tell me the address from which the number originates?
Oh,
Are you sure? Oh, my stars! Oh, Mr. Barry!
What is it?
I forgot to say thank you to the operator.
Oh, man! What the address?
It's a lovely little second floor flat on Sunbury Lane!
Inspector Crandall? Susan's over
Oh,
there!
it's so famous!
What? Oh, that's 2 against 1!
Not if we get there in time. Come on, we haven't a moment to lose!
Where are we going?
My lights goes out back. You can pedal and steer and don't ride the handlebars. Mary, Lottie, I'm home. Yoo-hoo, anybody home? Whoa, come to the house. There you are. That's why I came back, you know. I was just sitting down with Mavis for a cup of cocoa. Inspector James Crandall's second floor flat on Sudbury Lane. And I suddenly remembered I never let you out of the secret room. So I jumped up, took the runabout, and drove back here. And now I'm... Whoa, you're not Constable Howard. Who are you?
I am your father.
See how perfectly splendid. In here I thought you'd been dying. What has become of Constable Howard?
There's no time to explain now. Mavis and the inspector are right behind you. No, not in occasion, in time. Surely they were following the inspector's car. They dare not let you get away.
But why am I not? I did not understand that, dear.
There's too much to tell, and too little time to tell them. You must trust me, my darling, and do precisely what I tell you to do. This kind of speech is not done with thanks.
Oh, that is no. Where did you get it? Constable Howard took it to the police.
All in good time, my child. Now, I'm trusting you not to betray my presence when Mavis and her lover arrive.
Another? Well, you can't be Inspector James Crandall.
I do. Now do you understand your danger?
I can't say as I do. Still, I don't think it's very sporting of you to leave me here to face them alone, unarmed.
You are not alone. I am not unarmed. Now, be quiet. He will come in.
Susan, darling, Lottie, anybody?
I guess there's nobody here except for you and me and Edgar Hollister. Don't move, I have a gun on you. Come out with your hands up.
Before you shoot me, may I ask, how did you know what I was fighting?
Edgar, you dum-dum. Those drapes only hide you from people in this room. Not from anybody
Correct. I never thought of that. Now, will you kindly drop that pistol? I have a feeling it is now loaded with something more deadly than blank cartridges.
Oh, very well. I'll just place it on the sofa table. Now, take me far away from this place.
Edgar, your bruises are so transparent. Naturally, it was no good to take you away until we have Susan in our power as well. I don't know how we arrived here before she did, but this is certainly the place to which she shall come.
Exactly. And when we have finished off the two of you, all the money shall come to Mavis, and then she and I can be wed and live our lives as extremely wealthy people with barrels of money.
You fools, there is no money.
Sir Charles Rumley wouldn't lie to a police officer. He assured me your estate was worth several £1,000,000.
Oh, it is.
Well then,
But you too seem to have overlooked is that although the word pounds may mean a denomination of money, it is also a denomination of weight.
what?
Wait.
Yes. My wood cottage rests on my estate, and had an agricultural engineer estimate the tonnage of the topsoil only the week before last, and they came to several millions of pounds.
Curse this, we've been tricked!
But why? Edgar, how could you have known in time to trick us?
Inspector Crandall confided in me that he had an amateur title for a certain man's bride to be only last Tuesday. The very next day, I happened to see through the window of a tea shop. He was sitting there, and I discerned at once it was my very own Mavis.
False and balderdash. I would have never confided such a thing to you.
But you do not know as I to whom you're confiding it, because at the time I was impersonating the man that you know as...
Constable Howard? You lied to me. You said you were my daddy.
You can't trust him.
Yes, I'll do it!
I did do it.
Now you've done it.
And now you're done for.
Well, what have I done?
Last you've undone it, that's what you've done.
She's got you down, all right.
Oh, you mean to be done with it already?
Wait!
Well, I'm waiting
Why are you waiting?
to hear what he has to say.
Well, I suppose even Edgar's entitled to a few last words.
Thank you.
I say, did you say Edgar?
Of course she did. You little numbskull, he's been your father all along.
Oh, Nilly, I've been such a daddy.
You don't reproach yourself. You could not have known the truth.
But what is the truth? How can you be my daddy and Constable Howard both?
It's really very simple, Susan.
How would you know?
The minute I realized you loaded that pistol with blanks, I figured the whole thing out.
And didn't tell me.
There wasn't enough time.
No.
There's plenty of time now.
So please do tell us.
Is this a solve time?
No, it isn't.
Naturally not.
But that's precisely what you would say if it were all the time.
Still, it's what they'd also say if it weren't.
That's true. So please do explain it and help me understand everything.
Oh, God. That could take years.
She doesn't need it.
I just mean about the mystery.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I suppose we may as well. No one that counts both of you. To begin at the beginning, I told Constable Howard I was enamored of Mavis.
Not knowing that Constable Howard and I were the same man.
Because Edgar'd always been ashamed of being a police constable.
So I worked on the force under an assumed name.
But on the night when I first shot him,
And phoned me to help hide the corpse.
I fell and pretended to be killed, but when I landed, I struck my head on the tea service.
Knocking himself so unconscious, Mavis, and I took him for dead.
so he stashed the body in the mold and nailed it shut,
However, when I awakened, I had partial amnesia.
thinking himself Constable Howard only.
Completely forgetting the Edgar part of his identity.
So I ended up trying to solve my own murder.
But how shall I
When Susan dropped me down the secret stairway onto my head,
Ah, then it was you who phoned the house here, Jean yourself.
completely terrifying me?
and I never did take the pistol to ballistics.
Because you knew all along that was filled with blanks.
But you knew that I was trying to use it against
Which
you.
you did after you failed to feed the poison cocoa.
Some of which I again failed to feed Susan earlier tonight.
So when I knew you were investigating my flat,
Thinking of the music
but
side.
Barry had already had the measles.
That's going very bad.
This is what there was a secret.
So in the end, I couldn't but then he forgot why.
And now it's right to things.
What about the name suspect?
Because we're going to murder the two of you and get it right this time.
There now, Susan. Do you understand?
Sorry, no.
Would you mind telling it again?
I should mind exceedingly.
Daddy, simply sit here and let them do us in.
I really cannot see how I can prevent them from doing so here, Father.
But there must be something we can do. There simply must.
Well, there's not.
But they could be.
Couldn't.
Such as...
Help arriving at the last crucial moment.
You've been watching far too many American movies.
Yes, in real life, the cavalry never shows up on time. Now be quick about it, you two.
Well, where are you taking us?
To the quarry, a few gunshots, some rocks tied to your feet, and a lovely splash, and it'll be all over.
But why? I've already told you there's no money to be gained by this.
True or not, we've gone too far to turn back now. Move along.
Susan will probably go with them.
I suppose so. But it would have been so lovely if the cavalry had shown up.
Hardly. Stop! I have you covered.
Oh, James, what will we do? We can't let them all into the car.
Very well, then we'll take both cars.
Oh, no, that won't work. You need one person to drive and the other to hold the gun.
I know, she's right.
Oh, but whatever we do.
Shoot them all now and then and get to the quarry.
Thanks a lot, Susan.
You help them,
Oh,
darling.
shut up, both of you. And now we all please stand over here so that
smiles on her lips.
Daddy's right.
Did you say Daddy?
Table Howard. He's actually my father.
It's just my name on the force.
I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance, sir.
You seem like a fine, upstanding young man.
Well, he won't be standing up much longer. James, get on with it.
Wait! Can't at least someone tell us why we're being murdered by an inspector of police?
Yes, it would be the decent thing to do after all.
No, but Dr. we've been through all that already.
But perhaps if you explain it again, I shall finally grasp matters.
You tell them, darling. If I have to hear it again, I'll go mad.
But there is one bit of information that I would like to have.
And what is that?
Susan said something about a secret exit from the murder room, and for the life of me, I cannot imagine what such an exit could be. Where is it?
Oh, but the secret exit is...
Susan, don't tell her. Show her. Show her.
Why should I simply not say where it is?
Because actions speak louder than words.
Oh, yes, of course. How silly of me. And here I nearly went ahead and said...
Susan! Show them. Show them.
Yes, show us. I'd like to see myself.
Look, blast.
What is it, Daddy?
Nothing, not anything. It's just that a part of what you must do is indecent for a young girl, and I can't have you doing it while Inspector Crandall is looking at you.
Oh, certainly not. I do beg your pardon.
Now, Susan, show them. Show them.
Yes, will you please get on with it?
No!
What? Does that mean you won't show them, Susan?
Not if it's indecent. I didn't realize it, and I still don't know why, but I am to die, and I shall die like a little lady.
Susan, it's not indecent. I just made that pop up.
In that case, I'll watch.
No, it isn't decent. I just said that so that you go through with it.
Oh, I see.
All right, Miss Susan, go ahead.
But Daddy said it wasn't decent.
I lied, man. Look.
But
No.
why not?
I have an idea. Why not have Susan do whatever it is that I will watch and James won't. And then when she's done, whatever it is, I will let her know whether it was indecent or not.
I say, that's very decent of you.
No, I say that's very decent of Susan.
But only if it is.
So naturally.
Promise?
Yes! Now will you please get on with it?
All right. First, I stand with my back here, and then I put my foot on the umbrella stand, and then I take a hold of this particular coat rack from,
Yes.
and I turn it and the door opens.
Well,
Well,
I think that's all of it.
Susan, aren't you going to show her?
Oh, yes, of course, how silly of me.
Wow!
Don't shoot, it's me.
charm, talking me under love, a decent man like Edgar, not letting me know that he was young and handsome and just my type, without his false wig and moustache, making me marry for money when I could have married for love. You nearly commit a murder, so you're all sure the trouble with the law. And now, quietly expecting me to take your part in this miniature massacre! Well,
But I say, Miss, precisely what do you intend to do with us?
I intend to shoot you all. Close up the cottage and move to some other town where I lead a decent, normal life.
Impossible.
And why is that?
Because of the murdering five people, no one can lead a decent, normal life.
It would put an awful weight upon the conscience.
You'd spend the rest of your days in misery and remorse.
Really?
Yes, really.
But I say, what, you're forgetting something.
What, my dear?
A murderess has no conscience.
By Jove, Jane right!
Thanks a lot, Susan.
Wait! Before you shoot us, there's something I must do.
What?
Let me place the lamp back on the table.
Why?
Let's look so sloppy lying on the sofa like this.
No, all right.
Don't let him do it. Why not? It might be a trick.
Inspector, whose side are you on anyhow?
National. I forgot. Venus, I was wrong. It's not a trick. Go ahead.
Inspector,
Oh, Daddy, I'm so disappointed in you
disappointed in me? Whatever for?
for not playing a trick on her.
It never occurred to you that I might.
Oh, Daddy, that would seem jolly fun.
Well, wait a moment. I won't put up with any trickery. Let that alone.
Very well. Have your own way. Shame, though.
What is?
Well, then after you kill me, you'll never find the secret safe with all the emeralds in it.
Secret?
Say?
Emeralds?
In it?
You're bluffing. There's no secret safe.
Of course not. Go ahead and shoot.
Damn you. Where's the secret safe?
Oh, I made it very difficult to open. I did it that way on purpose.
So would be stupid to make a safe that was easy to open.
Oh, stop this chit-chat and open it. I want to see those emeralds.
Very well. Susan, pick up the lamp and place it back on the table. Barry, sit exactly in the center of the sofa. Lottie, press your left and right hand on the edge of the table. And Inspector Crandall, you can be good enough to go to the corner and pick up the potted philodendron. And now, neighbors, permit me, I shall open the safe.
No, wait a moment. I don't completely trust you. Tell me first, where's the secret safe?
In the most logical place in the room. Behind the portrait of my late wife. When I trigger the mechanism, the portrait will slide down and expose the safe to view.
All right, Edgar.
Do so.
Very well. Susan, pick up the lamp and hold it exactly 2 inches steadily above the surface.
And now what, Daddy dearest?
Give the signal, I want you to place the lamp down. Barry, to stand up. Lottie, to press your hands against the edge of the table and push it exactly 4 inches away from the sideboard, and Inspector Crandall to drop the philodendron. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Marks? Set? Now!
Say, how delicious. That's your first wife to kiss your second.
I'd rather like it than you would like it this way.
Can I stop pushing on the table now?
Oh, of course you can, certainly. Yes.
You know what, Donald? We never did tell Reverend Smith to hold off on the wedding.
Do you mean after everything that's happened, you still want to go through with it?
Yes, darling, I do.
That means you're as crazy as I am. Oh, Miss Susan, can I stand up for you? Oh, Lottie, I would love to have you in my wedding party. And afterwards, you can sweep up the rice from the church stage. You always were a good girl.
I say, might I stand up for you too? Hmm? I mean, Barry is new in town and only your best man.
That's very decent of you, Crandall. But wait, will my future father-in-law allow it, Eddie?
Lottie!
Of course I will. Now that the inspector has reformed and Mavis has shown her true colors, he shouldn't have any more reason to shoot me. Why? Nothing. I mean, really, I mean, you can all walk to the church.
Don't you remember?
Hold on! Are you saying that you're not a murderess? First, then I should turn over to the police, and held over for trial, and finally for public execution?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
But the gun! You fired it at me!
Oh, knowing all along it was loaded with blanks.
But the cyanide in the cocoa!
It wasn't real cyanide.
But the cat died!
Darling, that was a stuffed cat. Constable Howard brought it back.
But does it all? I'm Constable Howard!
But of course you are, my dear. You just didn't remember it at the time.
George, you were right! I forgot about my amnesia!
Amnesia does make it easy to forget.
And you said we had this plan all along, you and I?
Yes, of course. That nasty old amnesia made you forget the whole thing. And here you thought that your darling, adoring wife was hanging in old murderess.
Dash it all, my darling. You can never forgive me. You're so forgetful.
Not at all, darling. Now, how about a nice cup of cocoa?
Perhaps just a little brandy. That is, if you wouldn't mind putting a little something extra into it.
Oh, my darling, nothing would give me more pleasure. Won't you but a moment?
Really? Oh, that is all. It's just easy.
Here you are, darling. Sorry it took so long.
Yes. I'm sure it's well worth the wait. You certainly can cook a crockingly good cup of cocoa.
I bet you can't say that 3 times.
No, darling, no. You mean you bet I can't say that 3 times fast?
No, darling. I mean, I bet you can't say that 3 times. Good.
Of course I can. You certainly can cook up a crockingly good cup of cocoa. You certainly can cook.